I found over the years that by bringing an artistic dimension to my sailing campaigns, I have been able to open the door to a wider audience and share my experience to perhaps non-sailors. In my first crossing of the Atlantic, for example, in the Faraday Mill Ostar race of 2005, I crossed the Atlantic alone, but at the same time I wrote everyday articles of reflection. And these articles of reflection were about what I was feeling and what I was experiencing, and everybody can relate to that. Everybody understands feelings of loneliness and hunger and tiredness, and also pushing yourselves to what perhaps you believe is your own limit. The idea for the Open Boat Orchestra came about in around 2003 when I watched the America's Cup live on television for the first time. Now, the America's Cup attracts the highest level of sailors in the world, and so the sailing is really slick. So when I was watching it on TV, the jib moved across the bow of the boat, but it didn't just move, it went frunk. And then the main sheet was trimmed on, and it wasn't just trimmed, it was trimmed. One single action and one soundbite. Grrr. So there was a flunk and a grrr. But while we could only hear those two noises, on the boat there were a whole range of other dynamic forces in motion. And so I went away from watching that and I thought, wow, what if you could hear all those other dimensions, all those other dynamic forces? What would that sound like? And so the idea of creating an orchestra using these forces and instruments was born. The Barcelona World Race is perfect for the Open Boat Orchestra because it's a round the world race, and so a round the world race will open up to us a whole spectrum of sailing conditions, everything from very light airs down the South Atlantic, around the St. Helena High, to big rollers in the Southern Ocean. And so what I foresee is something perhaps quite andante, very light and gentle down the South Atlantic, and then maybe big crescendos, really dramatic score coming out of our Southern Ocean time as we head underneath Australia, New Zealand and round Cape Horn. The Open Boat Orchestra is intended to be accessible to the public free on the internet, as well as being mixed specially perhaps at a club night in Ibiza or in New York, and then at the very end after the race in a live open-air concert in Barcelona.